Broadcasting live from the heart of Europe, this is the most badass broadcast in all the known land. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Tommy C, and this is Shot from the Point. I forgot my fucking light. It looks like shit here. These goddamn gamers. Look at this shit. 70 fucking euros. 70 fucking euros. Look at this shit. Stress cracks. The first fucking week I had them. I can only hear out of my left fucking ear. Oh, it's so annoying already. Oh, fuck that music. Oh, it's making me insane.
That's why you don't buy Logitech. It's made out of graham crackers.
Well, that's what everybody on my H1Z1 team told me to buy. Logitech, buy Logitech. It's because it's cheap shit. The good ones are all on a fucking... Like, all right, the stereo stuff is fine, right? But it's made of paper mache. Fucking ridiculous. So you can stick game streaming straight up your ass. It's fucking believable.
It's papier mâché.
What does that mean, Frenchie Ben? I don't even.
Paper mâché.
What does that mean?
Papier mâché.
What does that mean?
He's saying paper mache.
Paper mache.
Yeah.
Paper mache. Oh no, sorry, your accent's too rough. You really had to work on that. Frenchie Ben and the newsman. That's funny. I forgot to put his name in because I'm so aggravated. Newsman, the blues man, Mr. Jeff the Huffman. How are you doing, fellas?
Pretty good, pretty good.
I'm fucking miserable.
I am too.
Well, let's start off this show right, because first of all, I saw a lot of tears, a lot of frustration and confusion over what happened in North Korea with, and this guy's got a funny name. His name is Otto Warmbier, and he looks German too. He's a stupid ass from Virginia, or he goes to Virginia Tech, or where's this guy go to school? University of Virginia.
I forget where he went.
Yeah.
University of Virginia.
Yes.
I think he's from Cincinnati.
I'm absolutely convinced that everybody that's going to college nowadays is a fucking retard. I'm absolutely convinced. You know, I mean, it's unbelievable. This guy, what he does is he oh, notice I don't have any sympathy. And before, let's get this out of the way right away. Look, do I think what North Korea did to this kid was right? No, I don't. I don't think they do anything right. I think they're a maniac regime. A bunch of fucking maniacs. And nobody should ever set foot in that fucking country because all you're doing is putting money in the hands of maniacs. Even the commies in China think these people are fucked up.
That's something.
Yeah. Poor communist countries laugh at North Korea. They're like, good thing I wasn't born there. Good thing I was born right here in the heart of Vietnam. Great place that is to grow up. Poorest country on fucking earth. So this jackass, I read something. Well, let's just watch a fucking video and make fun of him. Make me feel better. I have no sympathy for this fucking guy. None. Zero. Can you tell? The fuck
I mean, you don't care about people's feelings.
I don't care about his feelings at all, and I don't care about the people that have feelings for this kid. How about that?
There you go.
Let's watch CNN because I can do that. It's fair use.
In a trial reported to have lasted only 1 hour.
What, do you think you can get a fair shake? I'm sorry. I'm looking at this all wrong. This is stand-up comedy routine. Oh, wow. This is better than watching Chris Rock when he's in his prime. Fucking unbelievable. Holy Christmas.
North Korean officials present fingerprints, photos of a political banner allegedly stolen, surveillance images. They claim this is proof that American student Otto Frederick Warmbier committed crimes against the regime. In court, Warmbier pleads for mercy.
Plead. Go ahead.
My brother and my sister need me.
No, they don't.
I beg that you see how I am only human. How I have made the worst mistake of my life.
Here's the thing, jackass, that you're only human. They don't care. They don't fucking care, man. That the way these people look at life, what can you do for them? And guess what? They're having a little problem with us lately. So you serve a purpose. So they found some fucking jackass. You're probably not the first guy to do something this stupid, and you certainly won't be the last because nobody thinks it could happen to them. Nobody. And they're using you. They're using you. But it can't happen to you because you're auto warm beer. No cold beers in your future. Nothing. The only good thing that this kid's got coming to him is at least he'll be raped by another Asian more than likely, and it won't hurt so bad. How about that? God. Oh, you're making fun of rape? Yeah, I am. This guy. Sure. Why not? Why not? There's no reason to have sympathy for this kid. Do I think he should be in jail? No. But it goes into this thing I'm always talking about. You know, I forget who's fucking giving me a hard time, right? And he's like, do you think people should get punched at Trump rallies or Trump? No, I don't. I don't. But you can ask for it. You can ask for a problem. O.J. Simpson, right, shouldn't have killed those two people. But his wife did absolutely everything he could to piss that psychopath off. So you go to a psychopathic political state and you piss them off. And then it just happens to be in perfect timing where they're doing nuclear tests. And I'm supposed to cry? This guy's like, what do they call the valedictorian that's a guy? I forget what they call that. Saladictorian, jaladictorian, douchadictorian. What is that,
whatever.
Jeff? What is it called? You weren't one, were you?
I don't know. I don't
you
know.
weren't a douchadictorian when you were in school?
No.
No. You have a psychopathic look in your face. Your fucking camera's frozen like Dave's usually is. Yeah. That's funny. I like that.
Yeah, some people go.
You can see the upper half of my new beautiful shirt.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, people go into these countries like Saudi Arabia, and they're kind of naive. They're doing stuff
that they shouldn't do. Going to North Korea? What did you expect?
That everything's like that everything's a big fucking joke. I don't know. I was talking to my dad about it, and he says, "I bet that kid was over there, and he was saying what a wonderful place it was, and boy, that it bit him in the ass." Sort of like some kind of like Jane Fonda move. But I don't think that was it, because I think I know kids a little better. That would have been something that his generation would have done. I think he thinks everything's a big fucking joke. That people, you know, that everything that kind of happens over there is kind of blown out of proportion, maybe, and it's kind of a go. Wouldn't this be funny? So we could take this picture of Kim Jong-un and say, "Hey, you fucking crazy! Do you believe these people say and believe this shit?" Yes, I do. Yes,
you have no choice.
It's that bad. You have no idea how lucky you have it to live in the Western world. None. And you obviously never appreciated it, because look at you now, you big baby. Yeah, well, you were getting 15 years hard labor. You'd be crying too. You bet your fucking ass. And I had somebody say on Facebook, you know, Tommy, you're kind of a rule breaker when you're young. You really shouldn't be passing judgment. All right, I was a stupid teenager. I was a stupid guy in my early 20s. But I was never act up in a totalitarian regime in fucking communist North Korea, stupid. I swear to God. And this kid's got a better education than I could ever hope to have. Everybody in college is stupid. It's
to me, it's news that I didn't even know that American students were going to North Korea.
Yeah. I remember there was some feminist group a couple years ago. We're gonna bring attention to women's issues in North Korea. You're going to bring attention to women's issues to a place where fucking there's a single guy who gets absolute carte blanche in anything he wants. If he wants a line of women sucking his cock, he can do it in the middle of the fucking town square, and no one's going to say a thing about it. So naive doesn't come into it. Stupid denial. It truly is amazing. It truly is amazing. And it makes me angry, and I have no sympathy. And I think the reason I'm angry is I'm not really necessarily angry with him. I'm angry with the people that feel sorry for him. You know, this country, it probably should have been nuked 7 years ago. That's right, nuked. Yeah. No, really. General MacArthur wanted to do it. They all said he was crazy.
Oh yeah.
General MacArthur wanted to nuke this fucking place.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. Well, no. It might make the Chinese upset. Well, they got upset anyway. And they still fucking kicked the Americans and the UN forces out. And since we didn't nuke them, they've probably created more misery than one nuclear weapon would have. Look at China. They're doing fucking great. A nuclear weapon is like, I don't know, accusing Patrick Kane of rape falsely in the Asian world. All of a sudden, you get your shit together. That's what it is. Boy, I don't got anybody in here today because I didn't advertise for this show at all. What are you laughing at, Frenchie Ben?
Oh, because you're mixing so many topics that my brain hurts.
Well, am I out of line? I mean, let's have an intelligent debate like that guy we were arguing with before.
Yeah, an intelligent debate like the Republicans.
Yes.
Totally out of it, no, but maybe on one or two things.
Like what?
Well, I'm not for nuking people. That's it.
I didn't say I said we should have. I'm not saying go there now. It's too late.
70 years too late on that one.
Said we're too late. There's no point in doing it now. I wouldn't want to fucking nuke that place over that stupid kid. Never.
No. Of course.
I think we should send Kim Jong-il a box of flowers and chocolate and a Michael Jordan autographed ball. Go ahead, Frenchie Ben.
Or Dennis Rodman autograph. But it's just that I don't know why didn't they react against North Korea over the last years? It's time to do it. They let them build up, and it's gonna become a bigger issue. That's it.
I think they're hoping they'll starve to death, and then the people will finally just overthrow.
For sure. I mean, they've been doing that for God only knows how long.
Yeah, it's worked so far.
They're starving the people over there.
Yeah. I think
sometimes I don't know why the international community intervenes in some places and not in others, like North Korea.
Well, here's the fucking filthy truth of the whole thing. And, being an ex-member of the military and very proud member of the military, here's the dirty truth. They kicked our ass. That's the truth. They went in that operation half-assed, like they did in Vietnam. Vietnam and North Korea have a lot of similarities. They didn't bomb the ever living shit out of Pyongyang, like pave it, like carpet bomb it. So you got a split decision. You literally got a split decision. And what happens with a split decision? Sort of like what we saw in Iraq, where something had to be done with it 12 years later. The only difference is these people have nukes now. And slowly but surely, most of these wacko regimes will get them, and eventually somebody's going to drop one. It's just a matter of time. We really should be talking about how do we prepare when somebody gets in there and drops a bomb. What are we going to do? Nothing? Or double down? And hit them so
in
hard
that
so
sense,
fast.
I'm surprised it didn't
Honestly,
arrive.
We're going to have to create
45.
a no-go zone. Like a place that you can't go because it's filled with radiation for the next 100 years and say, want to end up like the no-go zone? And people think that's fucking nuts. But what's crazier? That or New York City? I like it to be over there. Call me nuts. Call me crazy. I don't want them to 9/11 us first. I'd rather be over there, and I'll take the criticism for it. Hey, you shouldn't have done that. We have no idea whether they were going to drop a bomb on New York City. Who cares? They're horrible fucking people that will imprison somebody.
Pretty much everybody else is
poster.
thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing, too.
Fuck it. I don't care. I don't care. And I tell you something. You get the government you deserve. A lot of those people in North Korea, I'm sure none of them now because they're all fucking basically enslavement. It's a religious state really over there. It really resembles more of a theocracy than it does a communist state. But it's just like how does a college student not aware of the severity of the control that states have? Don't you read a history book?
Oh, look at this, guys. Look at how much fun I'm having over here.
Yeah, look, it's like a big fucking goof. Like, I remember, me and my buddy, we stole a Sam Adams beer bottle, a blow-up beer bottle, and we ran down the street, and it was really fucking funny, like an episode of Jackass. It was hysterical. It's fucking rid. No mad brain says he'll be dead within 3 minutes. North Korean work camps are no joke. We're all dead if Israel hits the Samson option. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
that
know.
guy, Warren Blur, he's going to be used for political reasons
Good.
by North Korea, and they're going to have discussions with the Americans, and they'll try
Still use.
to.
He'll probably get out in 5 years. But this guy's saying he's
Yeah.
going to be dead with 3 months because I bet he's a pussy. How much you want to bet that Otto Warmbier is a first-class rich kid pussy?
Well, according to Mecca Matt, he cries like a crocodile.
Let's watch.
It didn't work. Tonight, Warmbier is sentenced to 15 years hard labor. That's according to a North Korean official who spoke with CNN. What are the conditions he'll be facing?
He may be forced to work in agriculture, as it happened with
God,
other
he sounds like
American
Frenchy Ben.
prisoners.
How much you want to bet those people starve to death all the time? The people that work in agriculture.
He may spend his days planting apple trees, for example. It will be fairly grueling forced labor. It is very likely that he will be interrogated.
How much you want to bet it's not going to be fairly grueling? It's going to be really grueling.
By agents of the State Security Department. This is the North Korean Gestapo, the internal security agency, if you will.
Human rights groups say similar conditions were experienced by American missionary Kenneth Bay, who was held in North Korea for about 2 years. Tonight,
him too.
Otto Warmbier's family is not commenting on his sentence. U.S. officials tell CNN they're working to secure his release and are urging Kim Jong-un's regime to pardon the young American.
The department believes
Oh, who cares? I don't even want Obama to waste his fucking time on that guy.
That one guy sounded like a more American version of Frenchy Ben.
Yeah, he did. So, Frenchie Ben, say he will be facing somewhat grueling labor. Frenchie Ben.
You will be facing somewhat grueling. What have you said? Labor.
I don't believe you. I think it's gonna be really suck. It was one comedian who I can't remember called it. I think it's pound me in the ass, prison time, and Johnny Appleseed during the day. That's what I think. 718-395-7660, 718-395-7. He is an extreme pussy. I gotta be honest with you, no mad brain. I'd probably be a pussy in this situation too. I think I would have found a way to kill myself. I'd be so ashamed. I don't feel sorry for any of these jackasses that go to war. What? I wouldn't
go that.
I'd be ashamed of myself. I would. Yeah, I think this Otto War. He has a very German.
Myself though.
What's that? Yeah. Do you have any? See, you another college kid. Your brain fall out. There's things that are worse than death.
I'm not even going to travel to North Korea. I have no intention.
Well, there you go. You're already smarter than Otto Warmbier.
If I even breathe in the wrong direction.
Unbelievable.
And don't go to Saudi Arabia too.
If they starve, why don't... This is Mecca Matt, who needs to call in. If they starve, why don't they eat their own agriculture?
They don't have any.
Because it's probably... Yeah, the planting apple trees in a communist country doesn't necessarily mean they're going to grow.
It's kind of hard to plant a tree and everything that when the whole country is a missile silo.
There's a wonderful meme out there. I think it's called Communism. You can see it from space. Let's see if I can get it.
It's apple and cauliflower soup all day long.
Yeah, it actually auto-completed. It's like a satellite shot. There's a few of them. Yeah, here we go. I don't know if this has been altered or not, but it's funny. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Communism. You can see it from space. And there's like, a normal, bustling state, and then they show a picture of North Korea, like really right on the DMZ, and above it, there's hardly any light except in Pyongyang.
Oh yeah, there's no light whatsoever.
Yeah, it's funny.
Except Pyongyang.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. And this, North Korea, I think, is attached. The western part of North Korea is attached to China, and you can see shit going on there. And they're a communist country too. But that gives you a fucking idea that these commies are like, they're like, you know what it is? North Korea is communism fully bloomed. The state is your religion. They took it exactly how Lenin and Marx wanted it. And it worked for them. Because it only works for people that are in power. It never works for people.
It's a cult of personality.
That's all it is. And it bloomed. It bloomed completely. It came to fruition. North Korea is the absolute end of the road. And before that, it's pretty hellish, too. It's the exact end of the road.
Kim Jong-un is the second or the third generation in
Fourth.
power?
I think he's fourth because he's like younger than me. I think
He's
it's
at least the second generation.
Kim
but,
Jong-un. I don't think he's fucking 32 years old, right? How old is he?
He's pretty young.
Yeah. Because his dad wasn't even that. His dad got kind of young. Kim Jong-un. He's 33. He's only 33 years old.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought he was like 31 or 32.
Fucking kid. So I think he's like the great, I think he's the great grandson of the guy who started this whole mess over there, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that.
I'm gonna check.
I don't care. Obama. This isn't right. Of course it isn't
They're all
right.
nuts.
They don't do anything right over there. They're very mean. No mad brain. I'd off myself too. Yes, it's better to be dead. Some things are worse than death. And North Korean death camp is one of the... All right, I want to talk about something else that's a little more our speed.
Just to finish, the
Sure.
grandfather of Kim Jong-un was the...
Was the
I
guy
don't
who started
know if
the
you
war.
say
over
the president, no, the supreme leader from 1948
mm-hmm.
to 1994.
Yeah, so the Korean War, I think, started in 49 and ended in 52. So his grandfather, great-grandfather or grandfather?
Grandfather.
So his grandfather started it all. So he's sort of like he's kind of like my generation. Yeah, now well, Generation Y.
His name was Kim Il-sung.
Kim Il-sung.
Kim Il-sung and then Kim Jong-il.
Hence the ill. I'm going to hang up on you guys to call you back to see if I can get
No,
the camera working.
it could be like Smith.
I'm going to hang up on you guys. Hold on. Let's see if I get the camera back. I don't know why I can't. Because Jeff Huffman's camera is driving me batshit. So I just call him back. I guess I didn't advertise the show anymore. I usually have 20 people in here. Anyway, I'm just trying to get all your cameras back and working wonderfully. Oh, I can only hear out of one side of my ear. It's enough to make me batshit.
Have we been attacked by North Korea?
Oh, yeah. Oh, we just lost Ben. He got attacked by North Korea.
Yeah, now they lost us too. They're watching.
You know, we are talking about a group of people that seriously considered assassinating the people from South Park. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
Because of the parody they did?
Yeah.
Okay.
America does have a man on the inside, and Dennis Rodman.
Yes. Another idiot. Another moron. Your camera's still frozen. I wonder why. I probably should have told everybody to update today. Yeah,
But if anybody goes into those type of countries, you have to act like you're under surveillance all the time.
Yes.
That's it.
Why do you even go?
Well, at least like when my mother had to fly to China, 'cause she's an airline attendant, they like put somebody and they were like, "We're in fucking charge of you. Welcome to our beautiful totalitarian regime."
Don't they give some tips to the students before going there?
Probably. How much you want to bet he didn't fucking listen?
They probably tell him to not go.
Here's another one.
Like don't steal.
You know how they sell those little books in like airport stores, and it'll say like Germany or France or something like that. I forget who makes those books. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you're traveling places, you go to like plays, they have these books, like what to expect.
Programs.
Yeah, there's some French books.
Brochure.
Kids Retard.
Yeah, what's the company that makes those books? I forget. It should the
check.
North Korea one should just say, "Don't go. Stay home."
I'm gonna stick my hand in this blender. It's gonna give me a nice massage.
Yes. There's a million things you could do besides go to North Korea.
Oh, it shot my hand off. Who knew?
Yes. That sounds more entertaining. Let's hope he doesn't have to drop the soap in prison. Like I said, Hadar, they're Asian guys. It won't be so bad. It could be worse. They could be Africa. Oh, he's a racist too. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, eat me. All right, I want to talk about Hulk Hogan. With his big dick.
North Korea to Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan. Did you see that, Frenchie Ben, when they were like, well, I was talking about Hulk Hogan's dick, and his dick is 10 inches, but Terry Bollea, his dick's not 10 inches. I'm not hung like I am, but Hulk Hogan, he's like hung like.
He didn't say.
Can you believe
Oh,
it's
he
fucking
said Hulk Hogan is 10-inch.
yeah,
10-inch python.
but not him.
Yeah, that's
Not
right.
Terry
How
Bollea.
yeah, Terry Bollea is fucking hung like an infant for all the
And
steroid use.
yeah, I was gonna say probably from all the steroids.
Yeah.
Probably just fell.
I don't know. I haven't seen. I haven't seen
fell
the
off
video.
during his match with Andre the Giant.
I bet Andre the Giant had a tree trunk under there. He shouldn't have allowed him on over. He should never been allowed on a plane. He could have beat the hell out of the fucking pilot, took it over, flew it into something. Thank God Andre the Giant was on our side. Well, anyway, Hulk Hogan won a huge settlement, like in the hundreds of millions of dollars. And it should have been the hundreds of trillions of dollars because it really doesn't matter.
$115 million payday.
Yeah. Well, he's not getting that
Highest
much.
highest paid porn star ever.
Really? That's one way to look at it.
What one
The
video?
Jenna Jameson of wrestling.
One movie gets paid $115 million. There you go.
Somebody pointed out on Reddit, he's running around saying he's not Hulk Hogan and Terry Bollea lose Terry Bollea is not Hulk Hogan and it's not fair to invade his privacy. But why is his Twitter account called Hulk Hogan and why does he sign all his tweets HH? It's kind of a good point.
I guess kind of like with the president, every tweet from the president is named POTUS.
Yeah.
Signed POTUS, even though I haven't seen one tweet.
POTUS.
Signatured POTUS.
What's his nickname? POTUS.
No Mad
President-
Brain, who I'm starting to like
POTUS,
already.
President of the United States.
Hogan stuck his 10-inch python right up Gawker's ass. You got that right, buddy. You weren't kidding there. Well, here's the thing.
Let's be honest. Maybe 115 million, but after taxes and lawyers' fees, he's gonna get 2 million.
No, he ain't gonna get
ex-wife-
shit.
his
I don't think
ex-wife,
he'll get a dime.
his
What if they
ex-wife
just
that's
declare
the
bankruptcy? That's it. That's what's gonna happen. The thing is, I don't know. Like my dad was telling me that they think Florida's a state where you have to come up with the money 30 days. But I think if they just declare bankruptcy, they're kind of off the hook. But that's it for the paper, which is fine. Gawker is the biggest piece of social justice trash out there. And it's clickbait. It's like the social justice crowd met like the Inquirer 30 years ago. And they clashed. And they made this ugly baby called Gawker. And Gawker was a big thing on... they were a part of the Gamergate controversy where they were collaborating with other game magazines to fucking... make gamers look like a bunch of sexist maniacs.
But Gawker is some sort of a news site?
Yeah. You don't read it because it's in English. But it's like the worst. They do Kotaku, Jezebel, which I'm going to be looking for. I'm glad those fucking bitches are going to be out of work over there. It's a big clickbait site with a bunch of social justice themes. You know, the type of you disagree with me, you're a Nazi. You know, that intelligent argument. That shit. So they're done. Hopefully. God willing. I'd start going to church if Hulk Hogan put them out of business. But he's no sooner going to get that money than if I beat Frenchie Ben in a fucking $100 million lawsuit. If I lost a $100 million lawsuit like yesterday, you think you'd be panicked? The fuck are they going to do? Draw and quarter me and pull it out my fucking guts? No, Hogan's never going to see that money. They're just going to bag it. Only BuzzFeed could be wiped off the mat. No Mad Brain. We are on the same page. It's wonderful. You should be writing jokes for me. 10-inch python up his ass. Well, I really should advertise this
Maybe
show.
the Koreans could bring Hogan in over there.
Yeah.
What for Otto?
For Otto.
In that case, Bubba the Love Sponge has nothing to pay.
Yeah, wait a minute. Here's the thing I don't get with Bubba the Love Sponge. Are they still friends?
I don't think
I don't
they
know.
are.
Yeah, because he was fucking his wife, I imagine, right?
Well, they were swingers.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it was okay to bang his wife. Well, what's his problem?
Yeah, he was okay with it.
Talk about
Yeah,
an Indian giver.
I thought they were swingers, and then he videotaped the two of them.
Oh, that was
Then he got
crossing the
pissed
line.
off, stole it, and then Gawker got a hold of it, and then put it on the internet. Hogan didn't know he was being recorded.
Wasn't that Bubba the Love Sponge's fault? Who did the recording then? Gawker?
I thought Bubba did.
Yeah, in his own home.
Yeah,
He had a
Bubba did.
video surveillance system.
Yeah, he videotaped Hogan in his home. Hogan didn't know he was being videotaped, and Bubba apparently got pissed off, stole it or took the tape,
Uh-huh.
and Gawker got a hold of it and then uploaded it, and then they tried to play the card in the court. First Amendment, this is newsworthy.
Nah, it's not. Well, my father did say that this does set up a potentially a pretty interesting First Amendment argument. Because it's always been like if you're a public figure, you lose sort of some of your rights because of free speech. Like
Right.
people can kind of lie about you and stuff like that as long as it's not damaging. Like, look, if I say that Mark Zuckerberg is a child molester, well, he's gonna have to show in court that statement did him some kind of damage. And considering the source,
It'd
just some
be
asshole on
libel.
YouTube, there's nothing. Yeah, that would be libel. And it probably is illegal, but there's a certain it's the
And he would have to find a way to where it damages
show
reputation.
damage.
He got fired from his work.
No.
He can't find a job anywhere. That sort of thing.
If I did it to you, because outside of here you're nobody, by the way, Jeff.
Right.
You might have a case like a slam dunk, because we have to allow people to say bullshit about celebrities. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to criticize them. They'd just be able to sue us out of our First Amendment rights. And we can't have that. But I'm not of the opinion just because you're rich doesn't mean you lose all your rights. And this is somebody stole this tape, and it was pretty damaging.
A little bit. Yeah, he only got fired from WWE.
Yes.
Of other things.
Well, that leaked. That leaked, supposedly. How much you want to bet it was them threatening him? Dropped the lawsuit. I had to guess because I don't want to get sued for slander. I'd bet anything. I don't know for a fact, but I bet anything they're the ones that dropped that Gawker on Hulk
In the
Hogan.
case of Bubba the Love Sponge, some years ago, he went on Howard Stern and did an interview, and he admitted to it.
He
to all
admitted
of this.
that he was a swinger.
Yeah.
So Bubba the Love Sponge had no problem with this guy banging his wife. I mean, it is Hulk Hogan.
Oh, it was an honor to him.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah,
That's bizarre.
it's an honor. Well, he's Hulk Hogan. When it
Yeah,
comes
he was a
crashing
mark
down.
for Hulk Hogan.
What was he gonna do? Play the "I'm a Real American" during the sex video? Like, what's the point of that? And it comes crashing down and it hurts inside. Yeah, my friends, you can fuck my wife.
Is he coming back to the WWE, you think?
Yes, as soon as it's over.
Definitely.
About a year.
Dave
Yes,
thinks
WrestleMania?
Dave thinks before this WrestleMania.
That wouldn't shock me. I think Dave's usually right about this shit, but he's wrong about Sting. Oh.
Sting's pretty much done
Yes.
in his 50s, getting surgery on his neck.
So how great an idea was that to get him to lose at WrestleMania last year? Boy, they really got a lot out of that, because the argument was back then, well, we'll make money down the future. Well, what future do 53-year-old guys have? What's the fucking point? WWE wins again. Well, they won fucking 15, 16 years ago. How long ago was that? That was 2001? 15 years ago, the invasion angle was.
It's just the cheap WWE way to put down people that were against them.
It really what it comes down to. Because Triple H didn't need the win. He's already established. And you had this new character coming into who has a legendary background. There's only one reason to do. You put him over. Unless you're going to do a series of events. And knowing that the guy's 53 years old, there's no series of events. He could go any day. Sure enough, he did.
I didn't think they were counting on his neck disintegrating.
But he's 53.
Well, yeah, I get that. I get that part of it.
He's 53 years old. It was a waste of fucking money. There's no point in even signing him other than put him in the fucking video game. And now I wish he never came to WWE and wrestled a match. They let fucking Goldberg go over.
Sting is 2-2 in the WWE. He's 2-2.
I can't believe. You know what? I almost wish Sting never would have came back. You know, I kind of like the fact he was the one guy that fucking wouldn't deal with McMahon. And as soon as he started working for McMahon, I was like, oh no, it wasn't that I didn't want to work for Vince. Me and Vince always had a good relationship. It just didn't work out. Over 30 years? Give me a fucking break, Steve. What a joke. What a fucking joke. All you WWE marks out there, they're like, well, wrestler Vince and WWF, WWE won again. Why do you care? Your product sucks now anyway. Enjoy Roman Reigns. Enjoy Roman Reigns. Like how they used Daniel Bryan. Like how they treated Zack Ryder. Like how they treated Cesaro.
Well,
Daniel Bryan. Hurt. Another guy's hurt.
Cesaro's still there.
The Wyatts.
The Wyatts. Somebody sent me a list of all the fucking jack fucks in the mid-card that beat Bray Wyatt. I couldn't believe it. It would be a career ender for anybody else. And then the only time they put him over is when Dean Ambrose got hot. Nobody knows what the fuck they're doing over there. Does this look like the work of a 70-year-old man that doesn't understand what 15 to 35 likes at all whatsoever? Look, I'm not saying I'm Mr. Hip and cool. I'm middle-aged and dopey too, but shit.
These people live in their own universe. That's it. For too long.
Sting's return, this guy's brilliant. Sting's return should have never have happened. Vince thought it was still WWE. Exactly. Still 1998. I can understand that and they botched that one too during the invasion angle, making WWE come back and win. Okay, yeah, that was a foregone fucking conclusion, which was half the problem with the angle to begin with. But to do it now, 16 years after the fact, and you put a guy up that was like a similar generation, who's 45, he comes out looking like the Terminator, which is from the 90s and 80s. They suck. They're fucking terrible.
Oh, you've never been a Triple H guy.
No, not really. But I know he's good. You know, I'm not
either.
No, you don't like him either?
Oh, no.
He's had some great matches, man.
He looks good right now.
He's fucking great.
He's
good.
looking good right now.
Are you enjoying
really
his champion? You know, because there's a lot of places you can go with a guy that's won the belt 15,000 times. And Dave's telling me on the phone, but he's hot right now. Who cares? He's over. He's 45.
He's actually going to be 47 this year. In a couple
47.
months.
Oh, I'm sorry. You almost like the other thing is like, you know, they're thinking about letting Triple H go over WrestleMania. I don't know how they almost have to.
Well, yeah, because Reigns is, yeah,
he's fucking terrible. He sucks at his job. I think they should send him on a North Korean tour. He's terrible. He's fucking horrible. I like the Shield too, but shit.
Well, all he did in the Shield was just he would spear, powerbomb people, not say anything. Plus, you had Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins.
Yeah, Seth Rollins who can work, and fucking Ambrose is a daredevil.
There you go.
Yeah, say what you want about Ambrose's limited ability. He can work a match.
Oh, absolutely.
He can work. He's entertaining as fuck. So let's do this. Let's take the guy everybody boos and push him to the sky. And let's take the guy that everybody's cheering for. We'll put him in an angle for another guy we buried, Bray Wyatt, who was like ridiculously over. Dave says to me on the phone, he goes, "Oh, they're gonna push Bray Wyatt to the sky." I'm like, who fucking cares? They could have done that 2 years ago.
To me, the latest example of that was funny at Roadblock when there was the match between Jericho and Toronto. He's bashing people from Canada, and he fights Jack Swagger. They are so dumb.
It really is.
AJ Styles.
Let's go. Let's cheer for the American in Toronto while we hate Jericho. Come on.
Hey, I gained a huge amount of. If you didn't respect Chris Jericho before last Monday, you have to have it now. Because did you see that match, Tommy, between him and Neville, where Neville shattered his ankle?
No, I
the
haven't
next
seen it
guy
yet
on
because
the
I hate
Cripple
watching.
Mania list.
I hate
I
watching
did.
guys get hurt. I do. I really do.
Saw that, Frenchie?
Yeah, I saw it.
And Tommy, you didn't see it?
No, I don't like watching matches where a guy gets. I always think of Sid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it wasn't that. It wasn't heinous like that or anything.
Yeah, but I'm just
But, I
yeah.
mean,
But, all right, go ahead. I'm fucking you up. But tell me the story. I'm sorry.
Okay, so Jericho and Neville are having the match. Neville goes to slide between Jericho's legs, and when he goes for the slide, he just like stops in his track, and then he gets up and he starts limping. You can immediately tell something's wrong.
Really wrong.
But it goes on for like another 2 minutes. In that time, Neville delivers a spinning back kick, a Hurricane Rana.
Oh, what a man.
Yeah, he did something else too, and then you can hear him talking back and forth. Neville says something about his ankle, and then you can clearly hear Jericho say between him, Charles Robinson, and Neville, Jericho saying, "Hey, are you okay?" And so that obviously they realize something's wrong.
I hate when guys
Neville
get hurt.
Jericho rolls Neville up to get the pin. Neville doesn't kick out or anything, and Charles Robinson just stops the count for whatever reason. Just stops.
Oh,
the
he
count.
does. So he's not aware that Neville's hurt at that point.
Well, you would think he was hurt. And then Jericho, clear as day, screams at Charles Robinson, "What are you doing? He's hurt." And
Oh, wow. It was that bad a
Robinson
botch? I mean, they didn't tell the referee. Let's see, he was
I
probably
mean, they were
afraid for his
talking
job.
back and forth. I don't know how he didn't get it.
You know, I tell you something. Vince is such a fucking asshole that the guy probably didn't want to be the guy that did, well, yeah, I didn't tell you to end the match. Well, the guy was hurt, so we called an audible. That's not your decision. You're only the referee. The guy in charge of calling all audibles in emergency situations.
Yeah, but clear as day, you could hear him yell, "What are you doing? He's hurt." I mean,
Yeah, but see,
Helen Keller could have heard him.
the way I was taught wrestling, and I could be wrong, Dave would probably know better than me, that the ref can call the match pretty much at any time. If under those circumstances. But you know what? That fucking place is such a goddamn circus over there that maybe he was afraid for his job. Because Vince is so fucking unreasonable. And who would have thought he was so unreasonable after the Titus O'Neil situation? He's crazy. What do you think CM Punk said in his interview? And I'm not saying a lot of that shit on Colt Cabana was whining baby bullshit. I'm not going to deny it. But not everything that CM Punk said was all off base. One thing he said about Ambrose and a lot of some of the other guys, I guess the guys in the Shield, is they don't question anything. They don't. Now, maybe CM Punk was in a position where he could be a jackass, because we all know that he is, and he's snarky and
Yeah.
everything else. And maybe he put himself in a position, and he also made himself valuable enough where they were willing to put up with his bullshit. But here's the thing. These other guys, they're not, they probably, I don't know if it's that they can't question or they won't question. It's just, they can't. They can't. You can't go to Vince with anything. Vince can't even, be touched.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying that whole thing was racist with I'm not saying you can touch the boss. You can't touch the boss, but come on, man, lighten the fuck up.
Yeah, especially in front of a live audience like that, and the moment they were in it was Daniel Bryan's goodbye. I mean,
Jim Cornette said that is not the Vince McMahon I knew. He said Vince is a lot of things, but that is not the Vince McMahon that he knew. You know,
There's a lots of sides to his personality.
yeah, but he was never like that. He was never. He's vicious, but I don't know,
He has a vicious side.
he does a vicious side to him, but he was always in control. I mean, he set you up. Okay, you touch me now.
he's 70 years old.
That's the problem. It's funny. Didn't they do an angle a couple years ago that he was going senile, which is fucking funny, and now he's really going senile.
But I think it's the kind of guy that you can challenge if you have a communication with him and a real relationship.
You have to be John Cena.
Even John probably kisses his ass in a certain
You have
way.
to reach a certain level, I guess. But if you challenge him in a good way, I think he copes with it. If you're difficult, maybe like CM Punk,
Man, I
Maybe
think
it's
in the end
something
of the day,
else.
that's true. But Punk made himself so valuable.
And at
That
the
was,
same time, there's politics behind the scenes and
it's all
ego
Punk.
trips. That's why I don't like McMahon and Triple H because of their egos. They don't do what's best for business.
Dave thinks it's just that Triple H battles him as much as he can, as it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Maybe
that's
in
what
today,
that's what I kind of think too.
Yeah, that Triple H isn't that bad, and it's just that.
Because NXT that's Triple H's
Yeah,
baby.
that's his kind of doing. Everything that Vince has done well or gotten credit for is always by accident. They didn't give a shit what he did with ECW, so he got NXT. You know, he was just about to write, according to Mick Foley's book, that he was literally worried about what's his face taking over the Turner buying him out, and he was like, supposedly they approached him and said, Vince, we just came from ECW, and we did these kind of characters, or kind of maybe refine them a little bit and do them over here. What do you think? And supposedly Vince said, do whatever the hell you want, because you probably aren't going to be working here much longer. I read that in Mick Foley's book. And we got Stone Cold Steve Austin, Mankind, which laid the groundwork for The Rock, who is probably the most successful wrestler in history. Mainstream. 718-395. You guys want to call? Call. I ain't doing this shit all night. Where's fucking I guess he's working. What's Matt's situation? Because I haven't been around. I've been really busy.
He commented earlier. He said he talked about what's his face crying like a crocodile, and he said if North Korea starves, why don't they eat their own agriculture? Well, they don't have any.
No. They're trying to make
one big missile silo.
It really is. Holy shot! What happened to those? Vince needs to be hit in a retirement home. That'd be a funny angle. I like when they could. Remember that angle on WCW where Hulk Hogan had Ric Flair committed to a psycho institution, and then he showed up next week in a bus with all the people on the tart cart, loser cruiser, whatever you call it, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm with Ric Flair." Do you remember that, Frenchie Ben?
no, I don't.
Too bad.
I should.
Too bad. Great.
Yeah, Gun Cannon makes a good point in the chat, saying with that Vince's problem is, he's like afraid to let go of these dated guys, like your Big Shows, your Canes.
Yeah, see, like this is why, like, all right, from a business standpoint, and like, I don't know why Vince McMahon is such a genius. Why is he a genius? Well, he bought up all the other territories against the rules. Now, like, he ain't the fucking first guy to buy up the competition. All right, and then he made his own.
But he
belt.
was at the right place at the right time.
Yeah, kind of. I'm not saying he's a moron, but he's just doing normal business practices.
He's not a moron by any standard.
Nah, he's a smart guy. There's no doubt about it. But let's look at Vince from a creative standpoint. Nothing creative has ever really come from him, and when he gets something, he milks it to fucking death. It just does the same thing over and over again. Super Cena for 10 years. By the way, I was a big Cena fan. I liked Ruthless Aggression. I loved the hip-hop angle. And I even liked when he became a good guy. And then it got dumb. And that was in 2005. And it is 2016. From 2002 to 2005, Cena was great. And whenever he lacked in the ring, he was very athletic. And his matches were fun. And then everybody kind of realized what a douchebag he was. Yeah. Not my fault.
The creative aspect of McMahon is sometimes too much on steroids.
Yeah.
And it gave us some goofy gimmicks. And in the 90s in particular, or some angles.
Yeah, but like, what did he do?
Sometimes it's too much stretch, so it becomes funny and goofy.
Well, Frenchie, though, when we were kids, wrestling was hot. It was the best. You were into the Hogan when you were a kid. Even when you were fucking Canadian. You were like, I am a real American. And your French relatives are like, what the fuck?
I was cheering for Corporal Krishner.
Who were you cheering for? The Monty?
No.
The Rougeau brothers? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I like the Rougeau brothers.
I like the Rougeau brothers, too.
Yeah, but I know the history in Quebec about them. So
yeah. Well, yeah, everybody knows what assholes
The whole family is like the Hart family in here.
Yeah, but did you know did you totally know that wrestling was a work right away? Like, well, my dad spoiled it for me right away, but I wasn't a smart fan until like the late '90s. You know what I mean?
I knew it at a young age,
My
maybe around 6 or 8. But I was going with it. I remember that, for example, the Million Dollar Man, Ted DiBiase, the angle with Virgil.
That was great.
I bought it when I was young.
It's great, wasn't it? So what happened
Yeah.
when those guys got old and they left and they moved on and some guys got hurt and look, I like Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, but wrestling sucked, even with Diesel. They just tried to okay, we need the next Hogan. And then they fell flat in their fucking face. Turner got involved, and then this is not skilled. He stepped in shit. He stepped in gold mine with guys that really knew how to work, that knew how to get over on their own. Guys like Steve Austin knew how to get over his own with his experience at WCW and ECW. Mick Foley, not a talented athlete, knew how to get over his own.
No.
But he knew how to get over. He understood wrestling. He understood the psychology.
He was
I don't think the
passionate.
man understands any of that fucking shit. All he sees is well, it worked last time, so we need another Cena. It's so why is he a genius? From a creative perspective, he's not.
No, but the company reached a point in the late 90s and 2000 that he made so much money that now he can surf on it.
Yeah, you can believe your own bullshit too. And that's what it is.
Yeah, that's why.
One thing is
live in a glass house.
I
They
disagree
live
with
in their
Dave.
own universe.
I disagree with Dave on a lot of things, but one thing that I cannot argue with him is they are still making money. So it's so bizarre. You go in nobody wants
technically
Reigns.
What they're doing, it's not
It's
broken,
good for
so
business,
why
but
fix it?
it looks ridiculous on TV because the people buy the tickets, understand what's going on, or have a better idea what's going on in the ring. I'm not saying they understand it. I can hear Jim Cornette yelling at me. But they have a better idea, and they don't want that. So it's so bizarre. You're doing this, and I guess there's kids cheering at home while everybody's booing on TV. What the fuck? I mean, it's been two. What? It's been two. Was it SummerSlam? No, 2 Royal Rumbles. They booed Reigns. They fucking sent his cousin out, who I found out's not really his cousin. By the way,
Speaking of booing Reigns, did you hear what they did on SmackDown?
booed him.
Well, obviously they booed him.
Yeah.
But on SmackDown, it's not live. They edit it and they plug in crowd cheers and all that stuff. The booing was so loud that you could still hear the massive amount of boos in the background.
It's funny. Turned it down.
It's pretty funny.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, you kind of feel it that they play with the sound of the crowd.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. But even doing something like that, okay? Something like, I don't know, this. Oh, here comes Roman Reigns. They're going crazy. That's funny. Just turn it down. But even that, you got to know at some level that's it's like a Band-Aid. What do these guys think? They get up and say, well, next week he'll be over. I'm not. Look, I'm not one of these guys who's telling you I'm a wrestling mind or I know stuff or I'm the inside guy or anything like that. I'm not telling you that. But it just doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Yeah,
Maybe because we don't see the economic side and the aspects of it. Because I think the company is going more international. They make money in places they didn't before.
Yeah.
And the network, the expansion of the network probably means more than we think.
Yeah,
and probably compensate for TV ratings.
Yeah, well, like I said, that's the one thing Dave's got me on a little bit. Yeah.
They'll make that money.
If the object is to make money, but it's just impossible. First of all, it's not that good a product. There's spots here and there that are sort of interesting. They never follow through. When somebody gets popular and looks like they start making a run for the belt or a different part of the card, they bury them. I'm not saying they bury them I'm going to keep you down on purpose. It's just because I think it's just, I don't think, they always show that meme with Triple H and John Cena with the shovel. I don't even think they're that smart. I think they're just tripping over themselves all the time. I don't know if it's I'm sure some of it's spiteful, but it's a fucking joke. But people are still going. They're going there to boo. And these jackasses go back in the back room and they say, well, we're making money. Not like we did in the 90s, but we're making money. So what the fuck do these fans know? They're giving us money. They're going to come to boo Roman Reigns even though he's whatever. What do you got in hockey? Let's do some hockey.
All right. The big thing that came out, it was either yesterday or 2 days ago.
Actually, you know what I'm going to do, Jeff? I'm going to try to hang up on you and bring you back because see if I can get your picture so you can do your bit the right way. So I'm going to get Jeff back on because we're having sort of tech problems.
All right, how about
yeah.
now?
Let's see if I can get you in there because I want to be able to see. I want them to be able to. I want them to be able to see you when you do your thing. It's already frozen. Well, fuck it. Don't shut it. Just do your thing. Do your thing. Nothing we
Okay,
can do
a
about
couple
it.
days ago, it was released that Tyler Sagan is out for about a month or so. So the Stamkos trade worked out for Dave.
It sure did.
In the end.
Well, first Dave was dopey. First Matt was dopey for making that move. It's Steve Stamkos, and he was like, "I got all this crazy logic," and that kind of turned out to be true for a while. And then Dave was like, "I am not losing this league." And he like made all sorts of ridiculous trades over a bad start. I don't think he's lost since December. And
I think he's got a 14 or 15 point lead on me going into today.
you're done.
Oh,
after
yeah?
today. You're done then, right?
I was down by 40.
Oh, so you could still win tonight?
I'm only down by 15.
All right. Whatever you
I'm
say.
up by 1 point against Jack Mullet. Only
Fucking-
1 point.
I didn't pay attention to my team the first 3 days this week. Didn't make any moves, but whatever. It is what it is.
Fucking
Jack
shit.
Malaya doesn't play his. And I forgot to play my team 2 days this week.
Well, you can't do that in the playoffs, bud. You can only do that before, so you don't make the playoffs, so you don't have to do that in the playoffs like me.
But do you play Andy's team?
I didn't ever play Andy's team once. Andy did the whole thing herself.
Oh,
I didn't
wow,
make one
great.
recommendation, nothing.
She's good.
She only asked me, like, is so-and-so playing well, or who's playing tonight, or is this guy worth keeping or dropping? That's the only thing. I never clicked the button the whole season. I'll mention you said that. She'd probably be pretty proud of herself. No, I didn't do a thing. God's on the insurance. I have no reason to lie. Well, what the fuck do I care? You know, she outplayed me. She beat me. Yeah, so there you go. And by the way, she's won the. Although I don't think we're doing this year, she's won some of the contests we've had here. Like
It's
the
beginner's luck.
Yeah, I don't know. She reads a lot, so I don't know.
She reads a lot.
Reads a lot. But going back to what Jeff was saying, but it was just kind of funny, like the whole season. I wish there's more people in like the chat that knew about it, but he traded Stamkos for Sagan, and then we all laughed at Dave, and then we're kind of laughing at fucking. We're kind of laughing at Dave after a while because, perfect timing.
Sagan was doing a lot.
Yeah, Sagan
better.
was like doing a lot better, and then Stamkos kind of turned it around, and now Stamkos is hurt. Matthew Kassar.
No,
Sagan.
Sagan's hurt.
Sagan's hurt. Yeah. So you
And
lose.
everybody else on Matt's team died.
It's just like your love life. It's like the Charlie Brown. You know, it's not even your fault. And you still lost. Isn't that funny?
Duchesne got hurt. Sagan got hurt.
Oh,
Vatanen got hurt. Landeskog got suspended, and Carlson got hurt.
And that's your
I'm
like whole team.
fucked. Yeah. I'm
Where are
never
you at?
gonna win
Let's
that
go check where
t-shirt.
you're at right now. That's
Oh
funny.
my God, he's got a McJesus jersey.
Yeah, you didn't see that before?
I remember him talking about it. I don't remember him getting it.
Dad's got money.
These are shitty replicas, by the way.
Let's see where this. That's a replica?
Yeah.
That
The
Oilers
replicas are
jersey
better
looks
than the
anything
replicas than when I was a kid, though. They're like,
I was gonna say that thing looks better than anything the professionals are.
yeah, I
using out
know.
there.
That looks good, dude. I wish I had that. I'd wear that.
They-
Fuck.
It
You
doesn't
think
have
my
the
Callahan
tight strap.
jerseys? You think my Callahan jersey is? Let's see. Who's winning? Fucking. It's so funny. Oh, you have a bye week anyway. What do you care? You and
A
you
bye
and Pure have a bye.
Yeah, you get an automatic bid to the next round.
Yeah, you got an automatic bid. What are you crying about?
Yeah, but Sagan's gone for 4 weeks.
Oh my God! Fucking Frenchie Ben and Jack Malay. They're neck and neck. Look at
Yeah,
this.
1 point.
Look at this shit. Holy Christmas.
Remember last year I missed out on the playoffs by 0.4 of a point.
Yeah,
because
that was
didn't-
funny.
They didn't give me an assist.
Back of shit.
Jaden Schwartz had an
0.4 of
assist
a
on
point.
empty net goal, and they didn't give
Yeah,
it
we
to me.
looked that up, and they just didn't award you the assist. It was just a Yahoo screw-up, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
What does it mean, champion of champions, 40,000 grand prize?
It beats the fuck out of me, but you're not getting that money from me. I don't know what I saw that too. I'll show that. You can mean whatever the fuck it like. It's like Hogan winning $100 million from it. You're not getting that, and neither is Hogan. It's just a moral victory. That's all. I tell you, you know what it means? I'm gonna send a picture of that little file with the cup on it. I'm gonna say if you win the thing and it says $10,000, and I'll send you the gift, and you can put it on your fucking Facebook account.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
It'll be
And
good.
by the way, I agree with you about the Otto Warmbier guy.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
You just
'cause-
like it because you figure the guy's like a commie and he just like getting what he deserves, right?
No, I don't like it because of that, because it reminds me of when I was young.
Yeah.
My parents took me to Syria, and my dad's like, here's the rules. Shut the fuck up. Don't say that.
Good advice.
Good advice. Here's the rule around here. The rules are shut the fuck up, do what I tell you, and everything will go back when we get to Canada. For right now, I'm motherfucking in charge.
Yeah.
That was
'Cause I'm
well,
the
he was
type of
right.
kid.
He wasn't doing that to be like, hey, I'm home now. I am the Muslim king, and you will all bow. He was just doing that for safety.
Yeah.
Don't look. Did he tell you like not to look at girls and stuff?
What?
Did he tell you not to look at girls?
No, he told me, because like I'm the type of kid who'd be like, look at that guy, he's a Muslim.
Yeah, really? What a shock. I can see that coming. What did he tell you?
He just told me say nothing about their president. That's all he told me.
Was it the same president now? That guy with the funny head?
His name is Bashar al-Assad.
Assad, yeah. Assad. You
Assad,
got to see
yeah.
this guy because I can see this. Assad. Let's see.
He has a wicked penis head.
There's
by the
Saad
way.
and Assad. That's what I'm just gonna spell it. What's his first name?
Bashar.
Burshar. Yeah, I would see. Yeah, Bashar Assad. Yeah, look at this guy's fucking head.
BA.
Look at this guy. I mean, I was a kid once too. I was like, why is your head completely squared? And what's with your ear sticking out? Look at it. Was he in charge when you went?
Yes.
He's very European looking. He's got blue eyes. Don't
His
go
wife
there.
is hot.
Yeah, but you had to go. Oh, he's not that old. He's only like 11 years older than me.
He's 50.
Yeah, he's 50. He's creepy.
We
And he's
visited a
born on
mosque.
September 11.
Don't laugh too much there, Kassar. That's funny.
Let's nuke him.
That's funny. You know, I was literally highlighting that as you were saying it on the computer, that they could all see it, which is really funny. Yeah, I could see little like, hey, what's wrong with that man's ears? You know, like little Matthew Kassar saying that. What year did you go there?
He's a Vulcan.
He does look like a Vulcan. Might as well be. He's Romulan. Vulcans are nice. Romulans are evil. What year did you go there? Do you remember?
I went there in 2001.
Really? Oh,
That
right
was the
after
first time I
9/11?
went.
Was it before 9/11 or after 9/11?
I don't know.
You were a baby though in 2001. What year were you born?
That guy was
I was
born
born
on
in
September
96.
11th.
You were born in 96. Oh, so you were like my daughter's age when you went.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you just said, don't say anything about the president. And you're like, well, what the fuck is he? You know, what do I know? I don't even know the president of Canada.
Yeah. Well, you know, like kids, they might slip something out. But I
Yeah.
remember we went to visit a mosque
Mm.
because my parents are Christians,
Yeah.
and they wanted to see the tomb of John the Baptist, and for some reason it's in a mosque. So they they made us wear these black gowns,
Yeah.
and they had like these locker rooms, and we were with my mom's friend, and they had a little daughter with short hair.
Uh-huh.
And they went in the girls' locker room, and everyone got mad because they thought it was a little boy. So they kicked her out.
Did they really? You're lucky you got
Oh
that.
my.
You're lucky you got kicked out. Oh, that's so
No,
funny.
I didn't get kicked out. I still won. She got kicked out.
Oh, they thought your sister was a little boy.
Not my sister, my mom's friend's daughter.
Does she look like a little boy?
She did at the time. She had like a little mushroom
She
cut.
look like is she like a lesbian now?
I don't know.
Yes, she is. That's you would have said, yeah, sure, or no.
I really don't know.
I don't know. It was-
Probably not. Her parents are Arabic, so.
What was the big idea on going to fucking Syria in the first place in 2001?
Because my mom's from there and she wanted to go visit it before
Your father didn't want to go, did he?
My father hated it.
Really?
He didn't want to
Oh,
go. And my father wanted to stay in the Sham Palace, which is like a hotel.
Yeah.
And my mom insisted, no, we have to stay in my childhood house, which doesn't have plumbing.
So your
Or
mother
air
wasn't
conditioning.
totally North Americanized quite yet. She still had a little strain of wild in her.
Yeah. And there is no air conditioning. And in Syria, you need that.
Yes.
And we
In the
woke
middle of a desert in September. Yeah.
We woke up
did
at
they get in a
4
lot
a.m.
of, did your mom and dad get in a lot of fights when you were there? Like, do you remember why you left now? Yeah.
Yeah,
I come from this shithole too. Don't worry, I know. Your mom and dad yelling at her.
You want to
didn't
eat hummus again?
Yeah.
they didn't get into fights on the trip, but they do sometimes here. Like, why do you miss it so much? You live in Canada; it's so much better. And yeah, that's it.
You know, I tell you what, because my ex mother-in-law was born in the GDR or the DDR, and she longs for it sometimes too, even though it was a fucking shithole. You know, a communist shithole, like all communist shitholes. So, well, the fuck knows. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you long for it because you're born there. But like my grandfather, when he moved from Turkey, he came to the Canada and he kissed the floor. He literally kissed
Really?
the floor. Yeah.
You're so fucking lucky. And you, over there in England, Hadar, you should kiss the floor too. No bitching. You're fucking lucky. You're lucky you don't live over there. You should thank fucking God, Allah, Buddha, the flying spaghetti monster every day you live in England. Fucking Jedi, if you would like to go that route, I feel free. The Jedi's okay. Any other goofy religions we could think of? If you celebrate Kwanzaa? If you believe in fairies and angels? Or goblins?
Or Jews.
Or, well, yeah, well, no, not Jews. I don't want to talk. I get Jews.
They've been through enough.
No, they've been through enough. Poor Jews.
But speaking of Allah, we were woken up at 4 a.m. every morning because this guy was screaming in the mic.
I know, I was in Iraq. The same thing. I liked it, though.
It sounded like the beginning of The Lion King.
I got to be honest with you. I was strangely comforted by the call to prayer.
What?
It made me feel like I was there, you know? I was like, fucking Disney World, not seeing Goofy walking around, you know? I don't fucking know.
Oh, shit.
What?
I got so many stories.
I
from
bet.
that.
Maybe we should save them.
Yeah, save them.
Jeff do some stuff.
My
Me and
uncle
Frenchie will
make it
comment on
the-
Jeff's stories. Good stuff. Well, how you doing in school before I get rid of you?
Voice crack.
Yeah.
I'm
don't
doing
care.
okay.
Nah, I don't care. Good job by Macazar.
Oh my god.
He's full of fucking great stories.
Oh yeah.
We're very lucky we have him. Hey, Bear. No Mad Brain Sir on Hadar. Not a big show tonight, but I'm actually kind of happy with it.
Yeah.
Speak my mind. I also like to announce that this might sound like I'm kind of sucking my own dick a little bit, but the Ghostbusters review was made me a little scratch and it hit 5,000 views.
There you
And
go.
I didn't think it was that good. And by the way, I got Sony to fold, and they allowed me to run the entire trailer, and I'm making money on that. So I claimed fair use and got it. YouTube worked.
Moral
So-
victory. There you go.
Yeah, it was kind of more. I didn't think it was that good. I thought there was a chance it might do well because the Star Wars thing did rather well, And there was so many people that said, I'm subbing, do this again, do this again, do this again. So I went along and did another one, and I kind of like it more now. Maybe, I don't know. Here's the thing, Frenchman. Do I like it because I'm making a little scratch, or do I like it because I'm proud of what I did? I wasn't terribly happy with what I did when it was done. I was like, oh, that's okay.
Or the first one.
Frenchie Ben.
I think it's because of the fighting in the comment section.
Well, that guy that started a fight with me and you, he wasn't really fighting. He wants to have an
No.
intelligent conversation.
Yeah, he was good.
I couldn't yell at him. I was like, hey, listen, bud. I mean, like first I was mad at him for criticizing you. I was like, you think he believed that? And the guy's like, well, some people believe the earth is flat.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And I was like, well, what the fuck are you doing? Like, he's saying idiotic things on purpose. Well, how was I supposed to know?
And I'm so crazy that I watched some flat Earth theory videos.
Did you really after that?
No, not after. I did before. Because
All right.
I'm curious and interested. And these people, they don't follow science, but
It's kind of funny.
visually they can present their case.
Are there still people? I thought it was like kind of a goof.
No, it's real. And
People still do that,
intelligent
man.
people think that.
Yeah, it's
It's
funny.
bizarre.
I wonder if Matt Gazard thinks there's a flat Earth. That fucking scary Christian family of his. I shouldn't say that.
There's lots of people in North Korea that thinks that.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, it revolves around Kim Jong-un. Why not? It's flat and then revolves around Un. A big fat. He fucking supposedly bumped off one of his wives recently, too. I know, I'll steal a poster. That guy killed his fucking girlfriend. For no reason.
And his
I
uncle.
know. I'll steal his part. They take. Yeah, oh yeah, I took the poster. Well, how much was it? It's about $50. I'll pay it back. My parents have banned me out of this. They did it in college. You're not in college anymore. Fuckhead. Jerk off. Oh, I'm so mad about my headset. Jeff, what else you got?
Well, a lot of people were thinking that the Flyers were going to make a late comeback to make it into the playoffs, and that was until they lost Neuwirth for the next 3 weeks. For some reason, they're
going with Mason anyway. They're not playing Mason anyway. What the fuck? Every time I turn around, the Flyers are playing Mason. Neuwirth should have been the starting goalie from the beginning of the goddamn season.
A lot of people were thinking.
What the fuck is that, Saran?
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'll fuck you. How about right up your fucking ass? What are you, smoking pot again?
No.
Did you end up smoking
I have
pot?
a story. I have a story. Can I tell the story?
About what? Go ahead. You know what?
Yeah, so
you can tell the story.
I have two
but I am
stories.
going to blow you up as soon as you aggravate me. And I am very... So
Okay.
good luck. Here you go. Go.
So, you're...
Just so that coming.
Good story.
I think he's using a Logitech microphone.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's broken.
What else you got? Maybe we'll put Sarah on a little later towards the end. See if you can get through the story contest. That's the new story. I'll give you a T-shirt if you can get through a story. Go ahead.
There you go.
Jeff.
All right. Well, my boy Elliot came back last night, made 19 saves and a shutout. That was nice.
Yeah, it was nice. Hopefully he can get hot in the playoffs. You got a lot of get fucking Ducks and Blackhawks are great.
Yeah,
It
the
was
playoffs,
against who?
playoffs start today. We would play the Blackhawks.
Lucky you.
Do you like what playoff format do you like better? Do you like the way it is now, or do you like when they just did 1 seed versus 8 seed?
Like what? Why did they change it to begin with? I forget.
Because it's the NHL and they don't know how to market.
That's right.
What's a better system? I don't know. I just want to watch a fucking play.
I like the 1 versus 8. I think.
Well, it still is kind of 1 versus 8, but then it's like I don't know. You know what the problem is? No, it's probably better now, and I'll tell you why. Because that means if you fucking like, there's a lot of teams that fucking suck. Remember that one year that the were they in the Central? No, they're never in the Central. It's like teams that get in that have better records aren't getting in. So you have to do it this way. You know what I mean? Like if you have a really good record, you can still not make the playoffs versus a team that has less record because, you got to do it the way they're doing it. They got to do it. So just because you're playing the Blackhawks, you should have won more games. Don't fucking complain, you big baby.
You have more points than the Blackhawks.
All right, what's it? Somebody sent me something. Look at that crazy. It's called Skrillex AIDS. My name is Skrillex AIDS. AIDS. Let's
Really?
Outrageous. Explain to me how Trump is like Hitler. Explain to me how Trump is like Hitler.
What the fuck was that? I hope I don't get hit with
Okay,
copyright.
moving on.
Yeah. All right.
I was dancing.
I don't know. My fucking headset's all fucked up, so maybe it was funny.
See
I did it.
Kevin Spacey at the Panthers game.
Oh, we should have talked about that.
Yeah, that's great.
Man of the people, Kevin Spacey, born in New Jersey, raised in Los Angeles. Man of the people.
Yeah, the whatever the arena is in Florida, they were handing out a bunch of Kevin Spacey, head cutouts on a stick, and then Spacey revealed himself behind one of them and went nuts.
Well, you know what they've been doing over there? Because the Rangers have a stupid tradition called the Broadway hat. I think it's like recent. They used to have the one in Boston where you had to wear, like, I remember Patrice Bergeron, he wore, like, the Special Forces Army jacket. Rangers got the Broadway hat. They have the Spacey in Space hoodie or shirt in Florida. So if you have, like, the MVP, you get the Spacey in Space. The thing kind of caught on. And Kevin Spacey was supposed to drop the puck. But no, he was in the stands with the peeps. And did you see it, Frenchie Ben?
He was wearing that shirt, eh?
He was wearing the shirt. And they gave him a big, everybody's really into it. By the way, the place was packed.
I was gonna say it's good to finally see that place packed.
They've always had a knack for weird traditions over there in Florida, when
You
they're
got to
at-
get something to get people sitting.
Yeah. And it
Seats
worked.
there.
Doesn't hurt that team. It makes me happy that they're going to make the playoffs. I think it's fucking pretty much done.
I think they are too.
Yeah. Ryan Lampert, wrong again. Ha. Ha ha ha. Big fluke, huh? Big fluke, Ryan Lampert, huh?
I mean, they're first in the Atlantic. Granted, the top three teams are all separated by 3 points.
You know what? Their Corsi wasn't very good.
Oh.
It was just a matter of time before they collapsed. Oh, wait. Sharks, Kings didn't make the playoffs last year. When a top Corsi. I think that fucking stat
What
is
was
bullshit.
the draft ratio when they were heading to the arena?
I'm not against advanced stats.
That's a factor.
Yeah, maybe. The draft ratio. What did he? I don't know. I'm not against advanced stats, but I'm starting to lose faith in Corsi. I don't think that means shit. Just a guess.
Well, everybody's getting into this advanced stat stuff now in every sport because of that movie Moneyball.
That fucking Moneyball.
Which
No,
was
it gave the nerds
which
the hope.
was inaccurate, which is very inaccurate.
Yeah, I know. As far as the history went, I didn't know that.
Did you see the show me and Dave did Friday? Touch 'em all. Which, if you haven't seen it, go
course
check
not.
out at Dead on Dave Productions.
But you guys
Great
talked
show.
about this bullshit?
Oh yeah, I love how they brought in all these little guys, people who thought didn't have any value, got them for a sack of nickels basically, and they went on to have decent seasons. You saw the movie Moneyball, right?
Yeah, I saw a bulk at like halfway through. I got the whole point of the film.
Okay, yeah,
it's a good movie.
They brought in Scott Hatterberg, can't throw. They're going to have him play first base. He was a former catcher. Couldn't throw the ball anymore. And people were like, what are you doing bringing this guy in? Okay, they brought him in. He had a decent little season. And then this relief pitcher, Chad Bradford, who throws 82 miles an hour.
Yeah.
He throws submarine style, which if you don't know, it's pretty much as close to underhand as you can get.
Uh-huh.
Okay, on that side.
Pretty close.
Yeah,
pretty,
I know what it is.
pretty
It's
close.
sort of sidearm, but it comes up and over. It's bizarre.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they brought in a lot of these misfits in,
Yeah.
and they went on to have the best record in the American League, I believe. I believe they went on like a 20-something game win streak too. It was nuts. But I love how that movie fails to mention that they had top of the line talent on that team already.
Really?
A couple guys come to mind. The freaking MVP in Miguel Tejada, who hit 34 home runs and drove in 134.
You're losing me,
drove
man.
in 134
Yeah, you're talking
runs.
too many stats. You're losing me. What happened, though? They sucked, right? They weren't that good. They went to the
No, they were good in the regular season, but then when it came to the postseason, they died.
yeah, which I've also heard from these advanced stats guys that the you could throw the advanced stats out the fucking window in the playoffs. I mean, most of those guys even agree. There's no way to really,
Go watch Touch 'Em All over at Dead on Dave Productions from this past Friday if you want to hear that whole.
Dave really, if you're really into baseball, you got to check out Touch 'Em All.
That whole show was insane.
Really? If you're really into
even
baseball,
if you're not a baseball fan,
really?
you would have liked that show.
You think I would have liked it? Well, I like baseball, but I just don't love it like you do.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah, I don't love baseball.
Guys, I'm not into baseball, but I know the Theo Epstein story. It was with the A's, and then he became the GM of the Red Sox.
No. Theo Epstein had nothing to do with the A's.
Well, they never. Here's another
what's
thing. Forget all that
guy's
shit.
name who invented
The Red Sox went off a similar mindset of the A's. A similar mindset.
It wasn't 100%.
No, they don't rely completely on it.
Yeah, but they kind of they gave you that impression in the movie that they let you relied completely on it, and that wasn't even the case for the A's, from what I understand. And the A's were only doing it because it was a constraint by the general manager. Here's the money you have. So what do I got to do with this money? I'm the general manager of the Oakland A's. I got to find a way to do it.
Because now everybody has money.
Yeah.
Everybody has money.
Because I don't know.
Dump.
It was a good movie, but it gave these guys a lot of these sports writers have always thought, even since I was a kid, they're like, you know what? All these guys are morons. They don't respect me because I'm not athletic. I'm not in the in circle, and that is the only reason that I can't be the coach of the New York Rangers.
You want to hear something pretty funny though?
What?
Sticking with Moneyball, Jonah Hill's character. The character's name in the movie is Peter Brand. The guy in real life, his name is Joe DePodesta.
Mm-hmm.
That's the guy's name in real life.
Yeah.
Guess who he works for now?
The Sox, right?
No.
The Cards.
Wrong sport. Went
Really?
to football.
Who's he work for now?
The Cleveland Browns.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Do they suck? Are they terrible? I don't know anything about the NFL.
Cleveland Browns?
Yeah.
They're the joke of sports.
Yeah. Well, they're hiring advanced stats baseball guys. You know, what the fuck do you want?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is he supposed to apply the same kind of system there?
I have no idea. It's the Cleveland Browns.
It's the Browns. That's funny. I don't know. What else you
And
know?
I hope Toronto fails with Kyle Dubas and that approach.
I don't hope they fail. I hope whatever works. I wouldn't go that far. But
no, I don't want it to work because hockey will become robotized.
You're right. But here's the thing. Here's the good news, Frenchie. It doesn't work already. You know, it's like the dead puck era. You know what I mean? Clutch grab, do what the Devils did. The league is very imitative. You know, because everybody's like, look what happened to fucking the Boston Bruins. We got to be more like the Blackhawks. You know, because we lost the Blackhawks. So therefore, we got to have So now what do we have the Boston Bruins 2 years later? A team with no identity. That's been doing. They didn't make the playoffs last year. They sucked the year before.
It was a big mistake because they were the model to follow.
Well, they don't have the personnel to be the Blackhawks. There's only one fucking Patrick Kane. There's only one goddamn Marion Hossa. There's only one Duncan Keith. And there's only one Jonathan Tays. It's the bottom line. It's talent.
There's only one bread man.
Dirty secret. Every team uses some sort of advanced stats. There is a place for it in sports, just not total reliance. Yeah. I'm sure that's true. That's dead on Dave. Thanks to the buck. Or the 67 cents after fucking jackasses at PayPal get through with it. Yeah. And I'm not against it. I think Corsi's bullshit. I look, baseball's a turn-based game. There's a certain amount of math that was always connected to baseball. Never hockey. But always to baseball.
Game.
Because it's a turn-based game.
More consistent game.
Hockey has like bumps in the ice and chips and it's all everything's not all equal, you know? It's
this
crazy.
Week I saw a game against the Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah.
And the guy who plays and I'm sure he has a good Corsi, even though he plays for Buffalo, is Brian Jonta. If you watch this guy play, every time he passes the blue line, he shots. He shots on net.
Yeah. He probably believes that shit.
The Blues did that last night. Just kept firing pucks at the net, and guess what? It worked.
That's Brian
They
Gianta's little brother.
dominated the knuckleheads last night.
What's the difference of doing that and just dumping the puck? Every time I get over the blue
Why
line,
would
I
you
shoot the
just
puck.
fire it at the net? I mean, that's what I
And
did.
hope for a rebound and get a garbage
When
goal.
I dumped it in, if I'd have laned to the net, I fired it at the net.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's the only option that
Unless you
have.
had, like, no
If you
shot,
watch,
then I'd slide it
Gianta
down the
play,
boards.
Does it all the time.
If I had a shot, maybe I'd fire. I like to do a low wrist shot, the pads, because I really had a horrible.
I wouldn't go out of my way to take the shot, but I mean, if it's there, I'm gonna take it.
Mm.
Plus, it'll make me feel useful.
Did you have?
I got a couple shots on goal.
I have
they
a
were
horrible.
they were little dump ins, but hey, it was on net.
I had a horrible slap shot, like horrible. I was terrible at it, and my wrist shot wasn't too bad. So what I would always do is if I was in a situation where, like, if I was going to the blue line and somebody's closing in on me and I could get the angle, I was a left-handed shot. Let's say I was going down the right side. I'd fire a low, hard shot on the pads, right? Yeah. So it would almost have to be perfect for him to, like, be able to deal with the rebound, you know? Like, he would have to give it. I'd try to force the guy to give up a rebound. I didn't always, like, dump it. I only dumped it when I, like had no options. Like, shooting at the net would have just been a deflection by the defenseman, and then they would have ran up ice with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going with.
Yeah. I think I know what you're saying. I guess we're on the same page. All right.
It's a good tactic.
Yeah, I think so. Well, if I had the it was one like during a line change, right? And I'm all alone, and maybe they're not paying much attention to me, and I really don't look. By the time, I'm not going to be able to move in. I'm not fast enough where I can skate by the guy. He's going to check me, right? I could dump it, right? Or I could skate over the blue line and take a wrist shot and put it low on the pads, and that's hard to control the rebound, especially like say I'm a left shot, so I'm coming down the right wing, and then I take the shot at the goalie's right pad. So if it hits his right pad, then it might shoot to the left side of the rink, and hopefully maybe somebody changed. You know what I mean? They pick it up, then you can set up maybe. That's the way I see it. You start cycling the puck. I don't know.
Yeah, and at the same time, you use the defenseman as a screen.
Well, yeah, something like that. You know, it didn't always work. It's just one of those things. Like, you know, why not? All right, I got to talk about a few things. Did I see the Tommy NC 2010 video crying? It said, yes, it is. The Beerhead Clan Conference champions tonight here in Scotland. Daniel, good luck to your Beerhead Clan team in the EIHL, if I'm not mistaken. England's Acid Ninja. Hello. Now let me get back to Tommy NC 2010. All right.
I have no idea what's going on here.
I told you I am out of the white knight business. All right. So I did see. I know what's going on. To give you a little history, Duck Studios, who's basically there's a whole genre of guys that stream game. What they do is they take their own game footage, right, and then they talk about stuff that's going on YouTube. Okay. One of the first guy that was picking on Tommy NC is a guy named Duck Studios, like 500,000 subs. And what they do is they take a guy or a person or something on YouTube and they go, look how weird this guy. Oh my God, look at that. And they say a bunch of outrageous shit like, this guy's cancer, this guy's this, and it's never really funny or creative. It's just more like shocking. And Tommy, so Duck Studios is 500,000. So this other guy, Leafy, who's damn near YouTube royalty with 1 million subs, he decides to copy off of Duck Studios and take one of Tommy's videos and not say one funny thing. And it's Tommy. You can find one funny thing to say. He doesn't say one funny thing, and he basically just picks on an autistic guy. You know. Now I don't know if either of these two people, but basically it's funny because Duck Studios did it first, and this guy Leafy took a guy that has 500,000 less subs than him, and he's like, well, I'll just steal his act. And he did all the same cancer jokes and picked on Tommy. Tommy makes a video where he's bawling his eyes out because he doesn't understand this stuff. Yeah, the whole thing's sad. It's whole things that the top earners on YouTube are looking at Tommy for two reasons. They're like, he's money. He's easy money. And the other thing is just I'm mad that he was on Tosh.0. And there's next to nothing that can be done, I think. You know, me and Dave were talking about making a video, and like, you know, he just said to me, and I don't know these right. Any video you make, Tommy, is just going to look like you're trying to be sort of self-serving. I mean, I don't know that it won't come off that way, but I do. The videos that I made Tommy defending him in the past, you know, I can beat up on some jerk off with a wannabe wrestler YouTube channel. I can eat up a guy like that. I can eat up a fucking idiot like Dave Rose because he's in our circle. I ain't do anything with 500,000 subs or 1 million. Leafy is on Drama Alert regularly, which is another 1 million sub thing. They do a podcast called Triggered. I mean, this is like heavyweight YouTube people. There's nothing I can do about this. I'd like to. There's a part of me that wants to make a video, but I can't go and play the victim card with Tommy. And I don't know if these people know that Tommy's actually autistic, that he could not defend himself in any kind of real manner. You know, it's one thing if they're making fun of Nicole Arbor or all these jerk-offs that are doing these fake pranks or these dangerous pranks. I know Grade A Under A does a great friggin' job, of pointing out like some of these pranks are dangerous or just stupid or just fake. Nicole Arbor, who's a witch. But these people can defend themselves. Tommy can't. And it doesn't matter to these guys because all they got to do is click the monetization button. And because Tommy's autistic and he's going to say strange things once in a while, they're going to make money on it. Even Joe Cronin never really took advantage of Tommy, I don't think. Did we have fun with Tommy? Yes. But I don't even know what to say. There's nothing I can do. I could go in and I could play victim. I could go in there and say, this is horrible, this, and hope everybody gets mad and all these YouTube channels get overthrown. Yeah, it's not going to work.
What is the last time you heard about Tommy NC?
Me? Every day.
Yeah.
I think about him, especially when this shit happens. With Duck Studios.
No, but have you heard about him today?
Yeah. He made a video and he was crying, and then he made another video and he forgot about it, I guess.
Yeah, because you spoke about Joe Cronin. He never did something bad to.
No, I don't think Joe did anything.
Tommy that I know. But
I don't think Tom.
Show,
it's bad in me in situation, Joe. I don't think Joe ever really took advantage of Tommy. He always, yes, did we make fun of Tommy? But we never treated him like he was a piece of trash.
No. He's well treated.
Yeah, and we never said he wasn't our friend. You know what I mean?
No. And we like Tommy NC.
I do like Tommy.
But
I'm going to say, I know
twice.
it's not good. Tommy doesn't listen to me or watch my show. And I know he likes me and he sends me stuff from time to time. Here's the thing that I have a problem with. Tommy probably shouldn't be on YouTube. And Tommy probably couldn't be on YouTube because he doesn't understand what's going on. And I don't know, like, if Duck Studios or this guy Leafy, who's a heavyweight YouTuber, probably doesn't have to go to work. Probably just wakes up and makes these dumb videos. Must be nice. Have any idea that the reason Tommy does those strange things, and it's so easy to make fun of, is because he's actually disabled. And I don't know if they knew, would they care? That's how vicious these people are. YouTube is a shithole. It's a shithole full of horrible attention-seeking people that only think about themselves and money. Horrible. I'm so fortunate that I have the few people around. The few people around me that I generally trust, and that want to hang out with me, and then help me look. Frenchie Ben, Dave, Jeff, all these guys. They live to make me look good, and hopefully I can send a few things their way. And that's the way the system. When you get to higher levels, and even at our level, we saw what happened with the Cronin situation. People are looking to fucking destroy each other. Let me ask you something. Go to YouTube right now. How many fucking people have teams like I have? Almost none. Because nobody can trust each other.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can look out for each other. Nobody cares about each other. I care about Matt Kazar's grades. I care about what Jeff is doing with his life. I care. I think about it. I talk with my wife. I care if Frenchie Ben has a roof over his head. I care if Dead on Dave is doing okay or if he's in pain. I do. I actually give a shit. Right? Except Jake. I don't care about Jake. Fuck that guy. He hasn't been here in weeks. But, yeah, but I mean, you guys get what I mean. Of course, I care about Jake and his beautiful, wonderful daughter that just came in this world. I care. I do.
The little penny.
But most of these people, they can't. And I got to be honest. I trust certain people to a certain extent. And Real Talk says you got to have a thick skin to be on YouTube, Tommy. You know what? You're right.
That's right.
But I don't think Tommy's equipped to be on YouTube. But it's not my business. You know what I mean? If he was my son, I wouldn't allow this. Because this is cruelty on levels that I can't grasp.
Let's just see that. I mean, people are gonna do their own thing. And
I can't grasp that you could make fun of this man.
He was sad yesterday because he received some death threats that he said, but
all in good fun.
I saw him in video in a second time yesterday, and he was kind of
North Korea
doing
was
better.
all that, all in good fun.
The community is shit, Sauron. You're absolutely right. They're bad people, and it's not just YouTube. So to say, it's just the entertainment business. It's just filled with horrible, horrible people. Fucking Real Talk can back me up on that.
With social media today, we see the bad side of people because they hide behind their computers.
Tommy NC 2010. He's fucking crying his eyes out. Hey, Dave Rose. You still think he should be treated equally? You gonna stick up for him over there? You got 30,000 subs. You fucking jerk. You still think what you think is okay? Do you think Tommy NC's 2010 parents going on? I don't know. I've thought about writing them seriously, and I'm not gonna like scold them or anything. But I was gonna write them and ask them. You know what's going on? I've been told that they had conversations with the people that oversaw the Detached Point thing, and they asked him to kind of go easy on him. I'd been told that. I forget who told me that. It was during the whole Detached Point thing, which has been what? God, it's almost been a year now, right?
Almost, yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So I don't know, and it's not my business. He's not my kid. But I don't know that I certainly wouldn't let my 8-year-old daughter have a YouTube account, and I don't know if I'd let my disabled son have. But then again, I mean, at what point do you say, what are you gonna do? Keep him in a fucking cage his whole life? He's got to live. Dave told me a story. It was wonderful and sad at the same time. And he said that he grew up with a relative that has deaf. That was deaf. And, people going by going, nah, nah, nah. And, of course, Dave would lose his fucking mind. And this is when Dave was young and strong and played football. And then eventually the deaf daughter or the deaf cousin of his says, stop. But, stop. You're just making it worse. And then he told me another situation where he was sticking up for these kids that were like seriously disabled, like Down syndrome. And the special educator going over them, he's like, they don't know that you're sticking up for them. They don't understand. Right? And he's like, but it doesn't matter. It's like, no, they don't know, they don't understand. And you're not helping. And I'm kind of wondering if this is about you and not them. And which would make it not right. And that hurt Dave. Because it probably was. Maybe it was a little. I think we all as men want to seen as defenders of the weak. I do. I think it would have been much cooler if I could have gone to Iraq and built some fucking houses or some shit than sit around in a fucking thing or kill people. Sit around in a goddamn building, a smelly ass building. I mean, we all want that. But sometimes in our quest to get that, we overdo it. And Dave, me and Dave were talking about that. So I don't know what to do. There's a part of me that really wants to help Tommy. There's a part of me that wants to say something. And part of me wants to do is speak out and say this is wrong because I care. But I don't.
Did all of this happen the last week?
Yeah, it's happened the last couple of days. I saved Duck Studios video just in case they get famous one day. And I'm going to send it if like they get some kind of, or find out that somebody associated with that I find out they get a job, I'm sending that video to them, to their employer. But I don't know, like, who knows if that's, most of these guys are kids. They got like a whole bunch of money on YouTube because their parents could afford a nice computer. They figured it out. So what can I do? And they're all doing the same fucking thing. It's all the same format. And the one Leafy guy who's really famous, been on Drama Alert, a whole bunch of shit. He stole from the Duck Studio guys who only got 500,000. It's all stealing from each other. He's screaming cancer jokes. And they kind of rely on this thing where they, because everybody is sick to fucking death of political correctness bullshit. Yeah. And they're making a joke of the fact, you can call me a bully, because everybody's sick of that too. Oh, you're a bully, you're a bully. So now this is like this pendulum swinging the other way. But it's not like Nicole Arbor. Nicole Arbor goes on and she acts like a bully, and then somebody fucking gives it back to her and they say, oh, you're bullying me. I'm not saying Nicole Arbor per se. I'm just using her name. Or Anita Sarkeesian. You make a ridiculous statement. Somebody calls you out on it, makes a video, makes you look dumb, does satire. I'm being sexually harassed. I'm being harassed. Everybody's sick of that shit. And this, people like Leafy and people like Duck Studios, they're kind of cashing in on the fact that everybody's fucking sick of this shit. And they really are bullies. Because it's one thing to go after Jinx. It's one thing to go after Keemstar, who I heard has something to do with this, and I want to know exactly what happened with Keemstar and Tommy. Who this is a man that scolded somebody for being a pedophile. It turns out it was 100% false. Some old man, some 60-year-old man that played some stupid video game on Twitch because he looked like an actual pedophile and he didn't do his fucking journalistic homework. And everybody thinks this guy's a pedophile now. That's who we're dealing with. Those are the type of people we're dealing with.
That could be liable.
Not only are they're as like horrible as Greg Wyshynski, and they're amateurs on top of that. At least Greg Wyshynski's a fucking pro.
If I paraphrase Jay Davis in the chat, you have to grow thick skin, and if you can't take it, you just leave.
You know what?
Can I say?
I love real talk, and we agree on just on our outlook on life. The only thing I would disagree with you, Real, is I don't think, that's fine for you and me. If I went on and said Leafy made a video of me, and I started crying after all the shit I talked the last 3-4 years on here, well then yeah, get out of the kitchen, you bitch. I think it's just a different standard or different situation with Tommy. I'm going to be honest with you. Tommy can't take care of himself.
I don't think he was talking specifically about him. I think he was talking
in general, yeah.
In general, yeah.
Nicole Arbor, yeah, fuck her. Jinx, fuck her. Fuck all these douchebags with their phony, getting people hurt with their pranks. Fuck them. Want to call them out? Do it. Fuck Anita Sarkeesian with all her bullshit or her wacko lefto bullshit. That's not harassment. That's criticism. That's satire. You're a public. You want to be on YouTube? I want to be famous too. I've had people send me death threats before. But Tommy's like a different animal because he's actually disabled and he actually can't defend himself. Let me be very clear about this Tommy situation, okay? Tommy's going to live with his parents the rest of his life. That's the reality. And I see these powerful YouTubers using him to cash in. If they did it to me, I wouldn't fucking care because at least, even if I got 1,000 dislikes, I got 1,000 eyes or whatever the fuck I'm doing. I had Cronin fucking send his dopey trolls at me. It worked in some areas, in some areas it didn't. But we never, Cronin, did we have fun with Tommy? Yeah. Hurt him? Deliberately? For money? What the fuck kind of people are you? But there's nothing I can do.
Maybe you should contact Hulk Hogan's lawyer.
Yes. It's not even illegal what they're doing. So, ultimately, maybe, now that I'm thinking about it, you're right, Real Talk. It kind of falls on Tommy. And Tommy's going to have to get used to, I hate to say this is one of the hardest things I ever said in the show. He's going to have to get used to getting picked on. And there's no recourse. Because that's the way life is.
Yeah, and as you said, his parents should look for him. And That's it.
You know what? I don't want to like hold his parents. His parents do their best they can, and they raised a really great kid under horrible circumstances.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So I'm not. I don't know what their goal is. But if it was my kid, that's all I'm saying. If it was my kid, I'd probably say no. But what the fuck do I know? They know more about this than I do. They could be very, very involved in this, for all I know. I'm not criticizing them. But I do wonder sometimes, Calvin, and I worry. I worry about him, but there's nothing I can do. I think I have served Tommy, and I think I got to be honest with you. Dave Rose may be back on the Joe Cronin show, but he's damaged permanently on YouTube. Permanently. So I don't know how many more of these fights I have, and I certainly can't take somebody on this side. It'd just be like screaming. It's not that I'm afraid of the dislikes or the backlash or anything like that, or even split on my team. It's just like it's like yelling in the middle of Times Square. You know, no one really is gonna pay attention. They're just gonna keep like walking by and shit. It's screaming underwater.
It could also feed fuel to the fire.
It could make it worse. Everything in my bones, everything, because Real Talk knows, he knows a little bit more about this because we talked last time about this when it was with Duck Studios. Excuse me. He knows. Every bone in my body wants me to do something about it. Because I can't get in bed. Nothing bothers me. And I like to use that to bother other people that need to be bothered. And I'm good at it. But this is just like it's screaming. It just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, we never like seeing our little brother being attacked.
Yeah, and I feel helpless. You know? I heard rumors that Cronin's going to go after him. Good. I wish him luck. I hope he does. I hope he's successful. But Cronin hasn't handled this shit well in the past. That rotten green tomatoes or whatever the fuck they were called, or nobody likes onions or whatever it is, those guys ate him alive. And I got to be honest with you. Had I not been on my wedding, it would have been a little different. But then again, Joe may not have listened to me either because he wasn't real good at that towards that stage. There's an art to this shit. There's an art to going to war on YouTube. All right, what's the deal with your brother, Huffman? Why did you delete that?
I didn't mean to do that.
Why did you do that?
I did not mean
Let me
to
ask
do
you,
that.
is this your little brother or is your
No,
dad?
that's not my brother. That's my dad. I clicked on it and then I clicked remove message. I did not mean to do that.
Why did you want to remove the message to begin with?
I didn't want to remove the message.
Oh, you just clicked on it and you clicked on it by accident.
I was scrolling down and I clicked
All right, just
on
to let the
side.
audience know, I don't know, like William Huffman came in.
Yeah.
Hey, what did he say? Son, you got to get dinner on the table right now. I want me a Hot Pocket. Is that what happened? Like that one time?
I did not mean to do that.
No.
Feel free to post that again.
I can't do it. I don't think I can undo it. Can I undo this?
I don't know.
Report
Let me see if I can undo it.
Report. I'm afraid I'm going to set user as I could make him moderator. That'd be funny. No, so Mr. Huffman, your son is the one that blocked the message, not me, and I don't know why. What did it say?
I don't remember. I was scrolling down to see it.
Oh, that's so funny. I just to let you know, like Jeff's dad just came in the chat and he deleted him. Let me ask you something. I think your little brother friended me on Facebook, but I don't know if you think you're okay with that.
That was my dad too. My brother doesn't have Facebook.
I'll add your dad in a minute. I think your dad's probably cool as fuck. All right, because I didn't know if that was your brother. Your dad. Wait a minute. Tim. Well, it's too late now. Tim.
Yeah.
That's your dad. Is that okay?
Oh, were you asking me?
What's your brother's name?
My brother's name's Jack.
Okay.
He doesn't have Facebook.
Tim. Who's Tim Huffman?
That's my dad.
I just confirmed it.
There you go.
Your old man's a good man. He raised a kid like you. The art of internet war. Shang Tsung. Yeah, I wish I could do it. I wish I could do it pure. I really do. Maybe you don't think I should do it, but I don't know. I don't fucking care. What do I got to lose?
I think I put myself on timeout.
Yeah, but that's the other danger is everybody will think I'm just doing it for me. Yeah. I don't want that either. You know. Maybe I'll fucking, You know, because this cyberbully shit's bullshit. But I mean, with Tommy, it kind of applies. You put your fucking. If somebody comes up and crooks up my video and makes me look like a jackass, it makes fun of me or finds out something I said wrong about hockey, that's on me. And I'll deal with that accordingly. But if they, you know, I just think what they're doing, Tommy's unfair. But Tommy's, you could make the same argument. He's out there. We're all subject to the downside of fair use, which is a good thing. Fair use. Fair use is a wonderful thing. I can't believe you deleted your dad's comment. I really wish I went to go read it too. Wow. All right. You guys have anything? Because I think we should end it.
That's pretty much it. We got Caps and Penguins tonight.
Caps and what time?
6:30 Eastern.
6:30 Eastern.
Then we got Hawks and Wild later.
Wild are still in it. They can still make it. Can I get a recap on what Tommy said?
Montreal is still bleeding out.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna
play against the Seas tonight.
Lieutenant Bobrovsky gonna have to go back and check the channel. Basically, there was a guy a couple of months ago, that cut a video on Tommy. Somebody stole that guy's act and cut another video on Tommy. I don't think they're quite aware that Tommy's disabled. Jeff's dad spoke well about how he needs to go back to old school. Here's $3, so you won't say a word to it to amuse me. I don't get it. Too many words. No, that's the way I feel about the whole thing. And Dave knows I wanted to like spit this out, but I was also kind of afraid to. Okay, here's $3. What did he say? Here's $3, and I want you to say this word. It will amuse. Hypoalamus. I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't fucking know what that means. My dad has no date.
He's trying to add to your vocabulary.
I don't fucking know. He has slightly better. I don't know too many people with a better vocabulary than me, but he does have one. I think the greatest mystery is what William Huffman wrote. That's fascinating. The other great mystery is this fucking headset. How does this break? This is 80 euros. This is it. H1Z1 right here, buddy. It's gone. It's gone.
It was made in North Korea.
Let's check. Yeah, by Otto Warmbier.
No, it's not. No, it's not made, no, you would know if it's made from North Korea if they'd have fire shooting out of the end of it.
Yeah, let's see. Hold on. So where was it made? China.
It's not American proof.
China. That stuff sucks too. Made in Germany. That's what it works.
It was made by Benton's. They make graham crackers.
Made
in the
China.
graham cracker factory.
Well, it's nice to know that Chinese kids worked so hard on this, but it just didn't work out. I don't know why I didn't change to get the fucking whatchamacallit for it.
Speaking of things breaking up, have you seen Chara versus Clayton Stoner fight?
Stoner won.
Kind of.
Maybe he made a crack about that bear he killed.
Oh, it's him. Okay, yes. So he killed the bear and Chara. Great trophies.
I didn't know if Tim Huffman was like your little brother, and I don't think you're.
No, that's my dad.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. Does he listen?
What? Yeah, I think he's listening out in the kitchen. He's got it turned up all the way. I can hear it.
He knows how proud I am of you, right?
If he didn't before, he does now.
I'm proud of you. You're a great kid. Doing good stuff. Now when I abuse you, I got to think twice about it.
I'm not gonna care.
I'm pretty mean. Gotta think
You're a
twice about it.
sociopath.
I don't care. Except for Tommy NC. And that's only because it brings me positive attention. So it's all bullshit, folks. Tommy NC should not be on YouTube. He can't defend himself. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know if he should not be on YouTube for sure. Don't know for sure. I don't know if that's the case. I'm not his parents. I don't know. I'm not criticizing his parents. Let me make this clear. I am not criticizing Tommy NC's parents.
I think he should as soon as it brings him happiness.
Yeah. But with that, with any kind of happiness, you're going to get some stick in the ass too.
Speaking of Sting, we were talking about him earlier. Today's actually his birthday.
Happy birthday, Sting.
He's
Put you in the old fogies wrestler.
young 57 years old.
So how'd you like your WWE run, Sting?
Oh, I'm 2-2. I'm 2-2. I'm average. So.
Well, that's the thing. You may have been a big star in WCW, but once you come in the WWE, that's big for the big boys. So maybe you're nowhere near the legend Triple H was.
You won a tag match and won by disqualification. The Big Show by disqualification.
Did he? I don't remember that. They jobbed him. That's practically a loss.
He beat the Big Show by disqualification.
Oh, count out, you mean?
No, disqualification.
So what did Big Show do to get disqualified?
I think, Frenchie, wasn't he just beating up on Sting on the corner and went past the 5 count?
I don't remember that one.
I thought it was something like that, and then Sting ended up.
See, guys, it's like I just want to remind everybody, it doesn't make Sting any less of a legend. They're just trying to kill. They do. They bury fucking everybody. I'm sorry. Dead on Dave's wrong about this. He's 100% wrong. It's stupid what they did with them. They only got 4 matches out of him. And I heard Dave tell me, he said that it was for the future. Well, there's no fucking future. So it's a bad move. Stupid. Triple H got to have a win. He's got to have a fucking title. He's got to be banging the daughter's wife. He's got to have fucking NXT. And it sucks. It's hard to watch. Let me tell you something. One of the reasons I was I really wanted to continue to do wrestling on this channel, but I was relieved when I realized there's no way I could. You know why? Because it sucks. It sucks. I don't want it to suck, but it does.
First real talk disagreeing with Dave on Friday, which was very entertaining.
Oh, really?
No. Oh yeah.
I'm always fighting. I'm always fighting. I'm always fighting with Dave.
It was so good.
It sucks. It's and like here's what Dave would say, and this is where Dave would write. Well, it's not for you. It's for like this, that, and the other thing. All this financial horse shit. Yeah, and I guess technically Dave wins the argument at the end of the fucking day. But why should I invest my time so I can join the chorus of people that are thoroughly unentertained but find a way to watch it each week?
Do like me, just go watch the good matches every week. I like seeing athletic performance, and that's it. I don't watch the whole show.
Yeah, me too. I like Kevin Owens. I like the Phenomenal One. I love all that stuff.
Styles.
You know what I think it is, and this is not. It's gonna come off like a big fucking like criticism. Dave has a lot more faith in people that are in charge of that company than I think I do. I think they're either blithering, their days have long past them, or it's just a fucking monkey circus over there with 1 million chiefs and not enough Indians, which is probably the most likely of the 3.
Or they're getting hurt.
Tommy, of course, they are bad in what they do lots of the time. But if you just go with it and don't really care about stories, you can cope with some of the things they do.
I could watch AJ Styles all day and night.
There's lots of people overthink wrestling.
Yeah, but they have every right to bitch and moan about it. I was totally behind it. When I met with Cronin and we went to that was special when we did the Daniel Bryan thing and watched that whole thing grow and change and hijacking the show and all that other happy horse shit. Mm-hmm. Guess they hijacked it again because now Dave's telling me. And by the way, I'm criticizing Dave. Dave usually ends up being right. Hashtag CM Punk. So I'm not 100% right on everything, but I think he's wrong about Sting.
Yeah, and it's not the first time they do that. They did that to Dusty Rhodes with the polka dots. And they laugh to old stars.
Oh, yeah, because he's not Vince's, and that's the and that's legit criticism, and that's just crap. It's just garbage. All right, check my hockey show out in the Crease of Tommy C Monday through Thursday, 3:30 Eastern Standard Time. Scratch that. It's going to be at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time all week. Because of the changeover in Germany. Yes, I live in Europe. And you can check this show out Sundays each week, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shop from the Point Live, where we talk about, well, fucking just about anything.
I'm reading real talk in the chat. Dave's a Cubs fan. He can find good out of anything.
Well, Dave,
right.
Look, I don't think that's necessarily a bit. Just because I'm a fucking pessimist and Dave's doesn't make him a bad person. It's just we do have different outlooks. I just disagree with him wholeheartedly on the Sting thing. It didn't help anybody for Triple H coming out on top. Nothing. All it did was solidify something we already knew. The WWE won. I wanted to see Sting come in there and say, tell a story that he could have made it in the WWE had he been there. And I think most people did. I really have a tough time believing people were like, I want to see Sting lose to the WWE because I'm so pro WWE. When all those people go to that stadium and buy those tickets and look and fucking boo whatever they put out. Look, for months, I remember all these jackasses calling Cronin, Sting. You mean all that buzz and all that rumors and all that excitement was because they wanted to see Sting lose to Triple H? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any fucking sense. They blew it. They fucking blew it. Sting's a fucking legend, and he's better than... He couldn't hold Triple H's jockstrap. Triple H couldn't hold his jockstrap. There, I said it. Triple H is good, but he wasn't a mega legend. Austin, Rock, Sting, Flair, Hogan. Mega legends. Triple H wasn't that guy. He was really, really good. He's Hall of Fame, but he's not top 10. Roddy Piper had it over him. Yep.
Oh, he's probably one of the most dedicated guys.
He's one of the most dedicated guys. He's, absolutely, but I don't think he's as big as legend as Piper. All right, well, he drew more money. He drew more money than Piper. Well, think about inflation too, and think about when Piper left.
Yeah, that's right.
Nah. All right, we gotta get the fuck out of here. All right, Tommy C, SFTP on Twitter. If you want to yell at me, at shotfromthepoint, one word. Call 718-395-7660. That's the same number, the Shot from Point 1 Word. You can Skype here anytime, 718-395-7660, or leave me a message, or call me off duty if you have something to say. But don't fucking aggravate me. Because I'll yell at you. You know, talking about yelling at people, that fucking Otto guy, Otto Warmbier, that German-American douche, nobody yelled at him. All you kids call here is like, oh, Tommy doesn't blow me up. I hope he doesn't fucking yell at me. I don't want to get yelled. I don't want to get my feelings hurt. Well, grow up to be Otto Warmbier. He didn't get yelled at enough. Because if he had gotten yelled at, he would have been like, oh, wow, wouldn't it be great if I took that sign? Oh, no, that'd be pretty stupid. Forget about that shit. No! He didn't get yelled at, so it was like, oh, wow, wouldn't it be great if I took that sign? Yeah. He didn't get yelled at. I yell at people. I'm doing all you fucking kids a favor. All you 15-year-old brats, you need a foot up your ass because your parents aren't doing it, and they should. And they're not doing it because they hate you.
Teaches you resilience.
Resilience?
You won't be a soft.
And you know, not even that, Dave. You don't even, you look, you're like, my dad, he kicked my ass. Something bad can happen to me if I do something wrong. And when you go to North Korea, or if you have to go to North Korea, you won't do anything that's stupid. Nobody kicked Otto's ass. I'm amazed on, he must be second generation German with that fucking name. Von Beer. And it's spelled the German way. B-E-I-R. That's beer. Somebody needs to yell at you. Every time your parents yell, every time you fuck up, every time you want to go to fucking cry like the kid in the Christmas Story and pretend that you go blind because your mom put soap in your mouth, remember this. You are not Otto Warmbier. You are not going to die planting a cherry tree. Or whatever the fuck they're doing over there. See you next week, 3 p.m. Sunday, bitches. Bye.